Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to day 2 of our 5-day September art challenge. I hope you're doing great. I'm just gonna wait for a few people to get on here. Today we're doing Gumboots in Puddle. I'll just give you guys a few minutes. We always start at 5 past, so we're going to start 12:05 today. So if you're here, you can tell us where you're watching from. There we go. I always like to know where you're watching from, where you are in the world. It helps me figure out what times are good to do these art challenges. Doing great. It's the first day of fall today, yay! So you're just gonna need your paper. So I'm just gonna flip. That was what we did yesterday. I've got a little cloth. I'm working from my home office actually today. There's my watercolor pencils. I've got my Illustrator pens. I've got my watercolor markers. Those are Tombos. And I also have water and some brushes here. Can do that. So just get ready and we'll be starting shortly here. We do have a prize for you today, which is awesome. And our prize today is a $10 gift card to shop in our store or online. So you can, whoever wins that is gonna win a little gift card, which is great. Awesome. Fall is like my favorite time of year. Actually, that's a lie. Summer is my favorite. But I do like all the seasons. I don't know. I'm one of those people, I like summer the most, but then when the other seasons come, I'm like, oh yay, there's all kinds of things to do. And I love doing crafts and decorating. Halloween is by far my favorite window at the store to decorate. It's my favorite. We were doing some stuff today, so super fun. Love it. can let me know what you guys love to do. But in fall, I always love to hear about your traditions too. I'm just gonna pick out some colors here. I'm just gonna start with the brown, I think. And we'll give everybody just a couple more minutes to get started. Gwyneth, hi, fall is my favorite. Yes, I do. I love fall. It's super fun. I think it's the most noticeable in BC, the change from summer to fall. I feel like winter to spring isn't that big of a change, and same with spring to summer is kind of like very subtle, but definitely fall, you can feel the change. All right, so we'll get started here. And basically we're gonna start with one little circle here, and then another little circle here. And then we're gonna do two lines that go down. And then this one of the boots is going to be a little bit bigger than the other one because one is going to be facing that way, and one is going to be facing forward. So we're going to do two gum boots here. So we're going to go like this and bring it back out again. Curve it a little bit and give it the boot, the sole, and then top right there. Cool. And then we'll do the other one facing the other way. So we're going to bring it in a little bit too, and then we're going to turn it out. Bring it in. I always like to start with, usually I'd start with pencil, but with these watercolor pencils, it's easier to just, because they blend, so I won't see any pencil marks. So you can start with pencil, but it's harder to cover up after. We'll do a little sole here. I'm just gonna continue with the brown because I'm gonna blend this all in anyway. So with water you'll see. So I'm just gonna give some grass, and maybe we could do puddle here. And if you want to make this a little bit fall-like, you can add maybe a pumpkin back here. Say you could maybe add whatever you want back here. Maybe you could do Scarecrow or something off in the distance maybe. So let me see if I can get that in. It's really far right there. And then what we can do is maybe do like a little thing where he's on the peg and then his face is here. He's wearing a floppy hat. Quick sketch of him so we can focus more on the boots. And then there's the cute, right? If you want, maybe you could do sunflowers back here later. I'm not going to go too much into detail because I just want to focus really on the gumboots. So I'm going to do my gumboots red. Red color. This is orange. Here's a red one. So I'm just going to fill it in a little bit here. And like I said before, we can blend this with water. So I'm just gonna fill it in, but I am gonna leave a little bit of white to give it that reflection look, because gumboots are always like made of rubber, so they're kind of, usually they were shiny, right? I've lived in BC since 1996, and last year is the first year I actually bought myself a pair of gumboots. They're little ankle ones, they're not really tall. I don't spend like a ton of time outside, like with my job or anything, so especially when it rains, we tend to stay indoors. But we've been walking because we're doing before and after school, so last year I was like, I have to get some good gumboots, and I did, and I love them. They're like ankle boots, and they're white. Kind of fun. I'm just gonna fill that in. Again, I'm going to leave some white because I want to make sure that I get some highlights. So today's the first day of fall equinox. I love the fall because I always go back and start to think about all the things that I'm grateful for. It's kind of a time where you get to go inwards again. Summer, I always feel like it's like outwards, outside, action, and then fall is kind of like you get to go back into your own thoughts and kind of work on things inside your mind and your heart and in your home too, especially lots of like canning. I don't know if you guys are into like gardening and stuff like that. Picking apples, harvesting, which also comes with like canning or preserving. I've been doing this year. I bought myself a dehydrator, so that's been really cool. So I'm gonna put those two in. And then I'm gonna do the soles. And again, I'm gonna also leave a little bit of white as well, just to give it that reflection. Highlight, and then here I'm going to do the same thing. And you can do a little bit of outlining on these guys as well. Guess what? Because this is a puddle, this is going to have a reflection. So I'm going to take my red. Ta-da! And then I'm going to do some blue. So I've got blue here. So there's your bottom, and then I'm going to do a bit of green, but I'm going to try to use my more like olive green. If you don't have an olive green, that's okay, you can use your bright green too. I just wanted to make it look a little bit more like fall. So the grass is kind of changing colors. I don't know if anybody's gone out of town yet. I went out to Pitt Meadows in Chilliwack area, and all the trees are changing colors. That's kind of nice. So you can really see the fall changing. So just really lightly go over that. Okay, and then I'll probably do like a little bit of blue in the sky as well. Okay, and then I'm going to take my watercolor brush and I'm going to dip it in a little bit, wipe it off. I'm going to start blending. So what you'll notice is that this really starts to get nice and vibrant when you start adding the water in. And just be careful not to cover everything because you want to leave your white highlight there. But you can see the difference between the two, which is quite different from each other, which is nice. Looks great. So you can start to get in close there. So if you didn't do our 100-day art challenge earlier this year in 2020, we did that because of the restrictions for classes and things like that. So that was super fun, and it inspired me a lot actually, because I know some of you watch from places that are so far, far away, and it's nice to connect here online with people that you don't get to see every day. So I'm gonna do this once a month, and I also want to let you know about our subscription box. So we have a monthly subscription. It comes with 4 videos, and you get a gift from the studio every month and a workbook. So I just started that this year, and I'll put the link about it in the comment if you want to have a look. It's $25 a month if you sign up for a whole year. So there, I got a little bit more in there. I'm gonna play different music.
Oh, I love it. It's my specialty.
Here we go. Okay, transport ourselves to medieval times here. And then I'm going to do a little bit more of the same here down below. Go under here as well. So into the puddle, we're going to do the reflection. And blend the blue a little bit. And it's okay if it kind of spreads out. That's what the puddle would do in real life too, right? So don't worry if you get it kind of coming out all angles. When you start blending here, it's fine. There. And then I can blend a little bit of this green in as well. Dipping and then just blending a little bit as we go here. I really love watercolors. I think I'm gonna just always travel with these because they're so easy to pack. You don't need a lot of space. I haven't been traveling obviously for a little while here, but I do art retreats, and I take people to Europe, and we do some local BC art retreats as well, and I always take my paintings, and I always take canvas and paint and lots of stuff with me, and in Poland where I go every year, I just leave art supplies there now because it's easier for me instead of traveling with them. But I think what I'm gonna start doing is doing this kind of stuff while I'm traveling, because it's nice, way easier. Okay, and then I'm just gonna do a little bit more green here, get this kind of blended in. So you can see that that's kind of like blended in. I haven't done any work on here or here. So on the Scarecrow, which I'm gonna leave for later. And I encourage you to do that too. So if you wanna add anything to this later on, go for it. You don't have to just finish it in half an hour. Half an hour is pretty quick. So I just wanna give you a little bit of a basic. Maybe he can have an orange hat too. And then I'm gonna just blend that a little bit. I'm gonna give it a little bit of yellow too. It's still kind of sunny, right? Still sunny. Oh, which is so nice. It's a beautiful day today in Vancouver. And then I'm just gonna blend it in a little bit. Thinking of pumpkins right now is we're doing a pumpkin fundraiser. So if you're on our mailing list, get on there. It's under MAB Art Studio at .com. You can sign up. We give away all kinds of art ideas every month, send out updates. We have about 60 artists in our store, so you can always see new releases first when you're on our newsletter. And right now we're doing a fundraiser. So typically we would have our Art World Expo, and that's our main event of the year. It's our biggest fundraiser of the year, and we couldn't have it this year, so we're coming up with all kinds of creative ways to continue to fundraise and make sure that our facility is taken care of, and our programs and our teachers, but also we're looking ahead because our lease expires in 2 years, and my goal is to purchase a building. So I'd like to purchase either a house and convert it to like an art house, or purchase an actual commercial building. So I'm looking, and all the proceeds that we are fundraising with all help make all those things happen. So if you can order a pumpkin, that would be amazing. They include an art class, and there's ones that are painted and stuff too. So I'm going to start using my watercolor markers here. So these are Tombow, these are acid free. They are super awesome. They're water based. They're dual tip. We sell these at the store as well. So you can get, there's like a paintbrush tip, and then also more precise tip. And then they just blend with water. So I'm going to do a little bit on the boots, and then I'll do a little bit on the pumpkin and kind of in here a little bit to finish us off here. So we've got about 10 minutes to go. It's amazing what you can do in 10 minutes, hey guys, or 20 minutes. So I'm just gonna I'm not gonna do all of it because I don't want it to be I don't want to lose everything that I've done underneath, right? So watercolor is actually super beautiful just on its own. You don't have to add any of these kind of markers or things. I personally myself really like more vibrant colors. I like dark, vibrant acrylics is what I paint with. So I really like adding these markers because it adds that extra oomph to my images, especially these ones where we're doing them half an hour real quick, and I'm not putting layer and layer and layer on like I do on my acrylics. You can see there's an acrylic painting here that I've done. It's my next series. I'm really working hard on that. It's a fairy tale series. I've been working on it for a couple of years. So I think I'm on my 6th or 7th painting in that series. So I'm excited about that too. It's going to come out pretty soon. We'll see. You just blend it in a little bit, and you can add a little bit more here too if you want. These markers are nice because you can pull the color a little bit. Pretty neat. I'm gonna add a little bit to my pumpkin too. So I kind of reverse. I don't always fill everything in. I leave a little bit of that negative space, that space where we're not actually filling anything in, because we're going to use it backwards almost, because in acrylics you can cover everything and then you can add the white, but with watercolors you have to kind of be thinking ahead a little bit, because you're trying to convey highlights and shading, and if you cover this all, you can't get white on top of that again, so you're kind of thinking backwards almost. It's a little challenging. Maybe we can take some of this orange and put it a little bit in the water there, because it's right behind the shoe. There we go. And then I'll take a little bit of blue as well. So I'm going to use a darker blue. These packs, they come with different colors of blue, but I'm going to use a darker blue. So I'm just going to get around a little bit. And again, I'm not going to cover the whole thing. I'm just going to cover a little bit and then blend. This helps pop it out a little bit more, you see? Just imagine the Scarecrow coming to life. Whose gumboots are these? Who do they belong to? It's nice when you start to illustrate a scene, you can come up with a cool story about it too, right? So if you're doing this with your kids, this is another activity you can do after, is to write a story about the illustration that you've just made. And this is really the way illustrators work, or people who have ideas for books, or authors or writers. You can start by writing the story and then illustrating it, or doing the drawings and then making up the story. Hi Farah, how are you? Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry. I'm gonna work on my Scarecrow and my pumpkin later. I'm just gonna finish off here and show you how to use these fine art pens. They're artist pens. This is a fine liner one. So these are made with India ink. And so I believe these are German, Faber and Castell. Yes, made in Germany. And I love these the best because they actually just work the best. I've tried other ones, they just don't work as well. So basically what we're gonna do is we're just gonna start to outline some of the areas. And what these do is they just pop it out a little bit more. And these don't blend at all. So it really gives it that nice effect. And they come in different sizes, so I have Artist Loft as well, but I prefer these ones. I need to open up a new package soon because I'm almost out of these. There we go. So you can really start to outline with these guys and get the details in. Just like with acrylic paint, you have to wait a little bit to let this dry. And I don't want to put my hand in it, so I'm just going to turn this a little bit and do the pumpkin. if anybody else goes mushroom picking at this time of year. But I'm going to attempt it this year. I never go. But it's like a huge thing in Poland and a huge thing in Europe. And if you know how to go mushroom picking, let me know if you're in the area. I'd love to go and learn. I've got one friend, Polish friend of mine, who knows how to do it, and they're in Pemberton. There's a lot in Pemberton, I guess. So I want to go and make a mushroom hunting date this year. So if you're interested in doing that, I think it'd be a great fall activity to do. I remember when I was little, I used to string the mushrooms, because that's what you do after you pick them. You string them and then you let them dry out. I'm gonna put some gumboot in there. I'm going to wait for that one to dry a little bit more. Yeah, it's still a little bit wet here, guys, so I'm just gonna wait for that to go. And then what you can do is you can add little sort of weedy things. You can add sunflower row back here if you want to. You can fill in this guy, add a little bit more, you know, lines across this. I can't do too much right now because it's still wet, but when you guys are working on this and finishing it off, you can definitely keep going. So just to recap, what we used today is we have our notepad. This is actually a mixed media watercolor pad, so it gets thicker than regular paper. We sell these at the store. There's 40 sheets in these for $25, so they're quite useful, and they rip right out. There's like a seam here, so you can pop it right out and put it in a frame, which is really nice. We also used the watercolor pencils, so these are great. I love the standard of those are really good. We also used our watercolor Tombow acid-free markers, so those are cool. And then the last thing we used was our fine tip pens. And of course our brushes and our water. So if you want to be entered to win the $10 gift card to use in our store, which you can use online, we'll just send you a code, or you can use it in-store in your purchases. So we've got things starting at just a couple dollars if you ever come in. Not everything is super expensive. I think lots of people assume that art is got to be really expensive, but we carry everything from soap to shower steamers to hot sauce, anything that's artisan made locally in our area. Mostly we have BC artists. We have some from Alberta and Nova Scotia too, but anything that's kind of locally made. We do DIY kits too and all that kind of stuff. So you can use your gift card to get shopping for Christmas, because it'll be here around the corner, and it's a nice little thing to use. So make sure you enter your drawing, finish it all off, and send it in either through our Facebook page, or you can send it to me directly, and I'll post it between 8 and 9 p.m. and post the winner in the morning. So I'll post all the images that we get. I love seeing what you guys do. I love that you guys get to draw and take a little break. Maybe you're working from home, maybe you're not working the day, and you get to have a little creativity break. I think it's super important to use your other side of your brain, use your imagination, be inspired, learn something new every day. And if you are interested, just check us out on Facebook, go through our links, check out our website. I posted the link for the pumpkins and for the online store, and I'll post the link also for the membership. So the subscription-based model is a great way to stay creative and to keep going every week and do something new every week. It's super fun. We also send out items from the store, so soaps and jewelry and drawing kits, all kinds of cool stuff. So and we appreciate every single subscriber, because you guys are what makes us keep going. So thank you so much. Happy first day of fall. I hope you have an awesome day today, and I can't wait to see your drawings, and I'll talk to you guys all soon. Okay, have a good one. Bye.